Mhm.
Good afternoon, good evening, good morning to you all, depending on what time it is at your end. My name is Lady Mary Boadu. I am your host for the chat room tonight. I'm here with Nanaya Sarpong, our co-host, and our two amazing guests for tonight. As you all know, we have been dealing with finances, and every month in the chat room, we have specific topics that we deal with, and these are supposed to be topics that would benefit you, yours, your family, your community, and that of mine as well. And so, if you are tuning in, thank you for tuning in. We appreciate you. We just ask that you do well to share the broadcast for us tonight. It's, as always, is informative, educative. And so we will take a quick commercial break, and when we come back, we'll hear from our guest and our co-host.
Yo, yo, yo. Now your matter with the talk. Your life, your wahala, your breakthrough, idea. Welcome to the chat room.
This no be ordinary place. Now a solution they show face. Lady Mary they lead the way. With guess where go blow your brain. Talk your matter make we solve them. No judgment, just love and wisdom. We they discuss, we they learn. Every episode you gon' feel the burn. Oh, the chat room. Now here we define the way. Oh, the chat room.
Oh, yes.
We go talk and clear, no delay. No delay. Oh, it's interactive, educative, informative, and unapologetic. Oh, the chat room. We unstoppable, no be lie. You, hey, the chat room. Hey, now here we define the way. We why the chat room? We go talk and clear, no delay, no delay. It's interactive, educative, informative, and unapologetic. Oh, the chat room. We unstoppable, no be lie. Oh, the chat room. Yeah. Now here we define the way. Oh, the chat room. Oh yes, we go talk and clear, no delay. No delay. It's interactive, educative, informative, and unapologetic. Oh, the chat room.
Nanaya, please take over. Thank you.
Okay, it will help to not be on mute. Good evening, everyone. Welcome once again to the chat room show. We are excited for another Sunday, another conversation about financial wellness. Um, Basically, trying to secure your financial future, a good financial future, ways to make good decisions when it comes to your hard-earned money. And we have two beautiful ladies with us tonight. I will have them go ahead and introduce themselves. Let's go first with Dr. Marion.
Hello. Thank you for this invitation. And we are so honored to be here to share what we know with our community. My name is Dr. Miriam Anini Ajay. I am a senior broker in the financial services with an agency, Rehoboth Elite Leadership Development. I came from a background of healthcare. So I went to school to be a pharmacist and practiced for 10 years in the financial industry, in the healthcare industry. And with the same care because of the scenarios and stuff that I saw in the financial impact and burden that normally happens in our community, I saw it very resourceful to transition into the financial industry to share some things that we can actually put in place to keep our community on top. So now I've been serving in the financial services for over 5 years, and we're here to educate our community from healthcare to wealth care. So thank you for having me here.
Thank you for joining us tonight. Um, we will have Lady Sylvia. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Thank you so much for the opportunity. Good evening, good evening, good evening. My name is Sylvia Amo. I am currently work in the IT field, but all my life I have been in the financial industry. Wherever I go, I know that it was my calling, and I have been in that, I was in that area for about 20 plus years. Then I switched and went into the IT field, and I realized that that was not my calling. And so I just decided that this is what it is for me, that the financial field is my specialty. So I decided to take the license exam, which I did a year ago, and I have been able to, be happy within myself. My goal is to help our community become aware of the financial planning, the financial awareness, the financial, legacy that we have. So if I'm here tonight, I hope that you're tuning in, listening, taking notes, writing down questions to ask at the end of the session. And I know we're going to have a great time. Thank you.
Yes. So it's just interesting to me.
I'm so
Yeah,
sorry,
go
but
ahead.
before then, I've sent you guys the link so
Okay.
that you can share out to people if you want to. Go
Thank
ahead.
you.
Sure.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes, they can join either on Facebook or on YouTube. So I just want to ask Dr. Marion. It's very interesting to me that you used to be a pharmacist,
Mhm.
and now you are a financial representative. So tell us a little bit about that. Give us your background on how you went from being, because that's like on two opposite side of the
I
spectrum.
hear you.
How did that come about?
So I really hear you. So I have been somebody who has always meant to be impactful. That has always been my mission. I want to make sure that, God placed us on earth. You better make sure that you are a person of impact. So it's been my drive. And then being in the healthcare field, by God's grace, I think I was doing okay. Being a pharmacy manager, working in the hospitals, being retail managers. I was a retail manager at CVS and then Walmart. But then working bedside and all of that, I kept seeing there's a problem here in America that critical illness is the number one cause of poverty in America, right? So, how is illness the drive that brings people from grass to grace? What is it that we do wrong? And then that was just a question that baffled me. So every day consulting people, talking to them, you get to speak to people and you hear what others have done for themselves that is keeping them. And then you talk to other patients who cannot even afford medications. You talk to other patients and they tell you why they're not even adherent. And you see how it costs for people to get treated with those critical conditions and chronic conditions. So somebody had introduced me to the financial services. And after I saw the power of some of the strategies that are here and how it can secure your income from whenever you get sick, how you can keep your income and your life going, I was very motivated by that. And I took it upon myself and I said, you know what? My community has no idea. Like, to be honest, how did I go to school for 8 years and never heard of stuff like this before?
Mhm.
So I was shocked by it. And I just said, you know what? I'm ready to get on board. Our mission is no family left behind. So my goal is to make sure that we actually bring this information into our community. So I really target the middle class and my African community the most to make sure that we actually hear about what the wealthy are doing to keep life going for them in cases of emergencies and these unplanned expenses. So they actually merge somewhere. So hopefully through this conversation, you're gonna get to know more.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Because,
Mhm.
that was very interesting to me that
Mhm.
you switch
Mhm.
like literally like 180 degrees. So and then Miss Sylvia, you said you used to be in IT. Are you still in IT or
Yes. Mhm.
okay, you're still in IT
I
and you're
am.
also a financial a licensed financial representative.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
All right. So how did that come about?
Well, I'll say this, and I thank my father for teaching me this when I was young. When I was 18, I remember very well my father sitting me down and telling me about America and the opportunities here, and how you never get yourself into debt, and how you should be able to manage your money and not get yourself into debt, and be prepared for every and any emergency that comes your way. My father said that you have to have a relationship with your money. And what that means is when you get your money or when you get that paycheck, you are sitting down, you are digging, you are making notes, you are making adjustments. What did I do the last month that got me into this position? So you have to have it. That's a relationship. Not only that, you have to know the banks. My father said, he said, the banks will take your money and make big profit out of it. So don't just put your money in the bank. Be diversified. Take risk. Do things that will blow your mind yourself. Don't just be comfortable with the savings accounts and all of that. So I thank my late father for these things that he taught me, and that was it. And it's funny, when I was in school, I was not a math person to sit down and budget and all of that. That was not my strong area. But ever since he did that, I worked in McDonald's when I was in high school, and you should see how stingy and strong I was. I don't want to use my own money. I want to use my father's money, because I'm like, I'm your daughter. You have to take care of me. And here I am sitting down, budgeting, making sure that when I finish high school, I'm buying my first car with my own money. I had a relationship with money. I made friends with money. Now, when I go into the bank or when I'm opening an account, how much interest are you giving me? I bargain my way in the banks. I do. If it's anything more than 5,000, I am bargaining for a better rate, which they do. And most people don't even know that you can do that. So that's where my passion started, is that, and the good thing is I got excited when I see that I'm able to save, when I see that I'm able to invest my money and it's doing well for me, you know, then I realized that, oh, okay, this is good. This is something that I wanted to do for a long term. And that's where my interest began.
Mm.
Thank you. Thank you. It's so important having a relationship with money,
Yes.
right? Um,
Yes.
what what does that look like when you say having a relationship with money? Like explain to us, how do you have a relationship with money? What does that mean?
Okay. When I say have a relationship with your money, when you get your paycheck and you look at your paycheck, do you sit down and budget, or you spend as you have it? You're just spending and spending and spending, and you don't know what you're spending it on. Or you know that this is my expenses, this is my income. I need to pay the important things, my rent, my mortgage, my car insurance, blah, 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 blah. But pay yourself first. When I say pay yourself first, I mean savings. I mean your and retirement account. I mean having some investment somewhere that some of the money will go to. But even with those, I know we have to have money for emergencies, like everyday emergencies, So where are you putting it? Are you just leaving it in the savings account and just getting a 0% on that? Or you're putting it into a CD where you earn something? I like to do that because I want to be able to go into that CD, for short-term emergencies. And then, of course, you have your retirement and all that stuff too. But if you get your check and you do not know, and you're just spending, there is no budget, there is no nothing. As soon as you get the money, or even before the money ends in your account, you are already buying something.
It's already gone.
It's way ahead, way
You spend
ahead
it
of.
before it gets in your account.
Exactly. So you have to be aware, be intentional with money. Sit down, do things. Don't just get paid. Don't just pay your bills and you're okay and you are just waiting for the next paycheck.
Yeah.
So that's what I mean by
Yeah.
having a budget.
Some people will say that, well, I can't really save because it's not enough.
Mm-hmm.
Once I pay my bill, once I do this, once I do this, once I do this, then the money is gone. So
Mm-hmm.
the mindset of paying yourself first is not common. Like, we don't practice that.
Mm-hmm.
And that is so important. The best way to put that, to pay yourself first is to have a deduction coming directly from your paycheck
Mm-hmm.
to some sort of account that you rarely have access to,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because when
Yes.
it's not somewhere that you may not even have a lot of access, like, one of those credit unions that you don't see everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I suggest to people that struggle
The
with.
ones that don't have any ATM anyway, yes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like,
Mm.
it's a good practice for the people that feels like if they see it, they're going to spend it, or the people that feels like, oh, my paycheck is not enough. Okay. Somebody gave me an example. I was listening to one of these financial educators one time, and he said, okay, so what happened if the government decide to increase taxes? You're saying that, oh, my money's not enough, I can't afford to save, I can afford to pay myself first. So let's even say that the government increased taxes like 5%. That will come out of your paycheck
Paycheck.
first,
Mm-hmm.
and the rest of it you will have to make it work.
Mm-hmm.
And by some miracle, we're able to, if I'm sure that if the government decide to increase taxes now, we will find a way to make whatever is left after
Yes.
they take their part out work, right? So
That's
look
right.
at it as that. Look at it as that 5% that you are sending somewhere that you can't have access to. It's not even your money. Look at
Mm-hmm.
it like that. Like, this is
Mm-hmm.
not my money. I can't touch it. I don't have any access. Go straight from my paycheck to a random account, that I get like a monthly statement, or even do an online statement and just leave it, where
Mm-hmm.
you're not,
Mm-hmm.
you know,
Touching it.
that is the kind of mindset that we need to practice.
Mm-hmm.
Because one reason why we decided to talk about, finances beginning of the year is it's sad that in our community, there are a lot of the older generation who cannot retire,
Mm-hmm.
because if they retire, where are they getting money from? Social Security is not going to be enough,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Their living expenses is not going to be enough. They have to continue to work. There are people in their 70s, in their
Yeah.
80s, working,
Mm-hmm.
working because they cannot afford not to work
Hmm.
because of poor or improper planning,
Yes.
right? So for
Yes.
me, my nieces and nephews that are, just starting to get into adulthood, I'm putting in their mind that you have to start now.
Now. Mm-hmm.
You have to start now, because if I had started when I graduated and started working and put like $100 out of my
Every
paycheck
month.
everywhere and really just invest in some type of investment,
Mhm.
even just the S&P 500, I would probably be like a millionaire if not,
Yes.
because it would have been over 20 years of saving
Yes.
in the market. Even if the
Yes.
market goes down, you're still making more than you would have made in your savings
Savings
account,
account.
earning point zero
Mhm.
zero 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 zero
Yes.
one or something like that.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
but because of the risk associated with investments, people
Mm-hmm.
find it as, oh, I'm gonna lose my money. I'm gonna lose
Money.
my money.
Hmm.
If that was the case, the whole America would be bankrupt, right? The whole America will be bankrupt. So I'll turn it to Dr. Miriam to touch on that a little bit for us.
Thank you so much. I feel like you even touched a little bit of everything over there,
Yeah.
and that is
Mhm.
amazing. It starts with our mindset. So I'm going to go through a couple of things that I think we should know that if we are able to do, is going to be a game changer for our lives, for our community, and everything financially. So let's hear me out, right? It starts with discipline. It starts with the right mindset. It starts with discipline, right? If you don't have the disciplined mindset, it's gonna be hard to even start. If you are somebody who does not cannot control the way you handle money, it's gonna be even tough for you to even think about putting something away. And I told you, you already said that automating our savings, right? Kind of making sure that it's going somewhere that you're not even, it's not coming to you. So it's going to be hard for you to use something that is not even coming to you. So you set something aside where you are able to like turn some of your funds to so you are not even touching. But today, one tool that has really helped that is not in our community has to do with that index universal life insurance
Mhm.
account that we have been hammering on for our community to step into. And I'm going to give us a couple of benefits why we should all kind of look into it. This is a wealth strategy that the wealthy in America has been doing for a very long time. There are books that gives us the resources, books that I can recommend to you after, right? For you to go read up because I think it's all about financial illiteracy. If we don't know things, we don't really know to handle it, right? How to handle it.
Mhm.
But once you are in the know about it, now you know how to go about it.
Hmm.
So let's talk about this strategy and how they have been using it for a long time to build wealth. And I will touch base on some of these stuff that you had mentioned. So Warren Buffett said that rule number one for him in finance is that make money, but don't lose money,
Mhm.
right? So it is good. There are risk takers and diversification is good
Good.
for us to be able to put our money. You don't want to put all your eggs into one basket, right? But foundation is key, having the right foundation. So a lot of people are just worried about, oh, I won't be able to put any money here. I won't be able to put any money there. They're working double, but they're still living paycheck to paycheck. Why is that? All the money that we keep going to work 80 hours, some are even working over that, but
Mhm.
they still don't see their money. Why is that? Because money is not working for you. So you keep working paycheck to paycheck. You have to learn that there is a tool, right, that we can all use to put our money in where your money is not in the market, but yet you're going to see growth linked to the market.
Mhm.
So your money can grow for you, but it's protected from the market loss. So that is what Warren Buffett was saying about make money, don't lose money. So it's good to put some of the money at risk, but do you want to put all of that at risk? You have to make sure that where you're putting the first one, the foundation is a place where it's your safe haven. This is money that the market is not going to affect. So if everything crashes down, you know where to go to for your emergency. You know
Mhm.
where to go to. So that is the tool we are trying to teach our community that people need to start looking into putting some into those portfolios first, right? Because the market cannot touch it. Think about why a lot of people had to go back to work in 2008. There was a big recession. The market had crashed about 40, negative 43% or something like that. People that were ready to retire that year, imagine working 40 years of your life. You're about to retire, and then the market crashed. What is the end story for you? This is money you think you're about to live off on. So now a lot of them had to go back to work just to go and make ends meet. But imagine if you had had this tool for you that you started saving in and you didn't have to worry about market losses. You were protected at that spot.
Mhm.
So that is why I keep telling people don't even think about putting your money into all the other portfolios. Make sure protection is first.
Mhm.
The bucket that has the protection on it, that index universal life account, insurance account, is a two-in-one portfolio where you're going to get some sort of insurance protection, but you also have this protection from the market risk. So that was a game changer for me. Two, you want to make sure that where you're putting your money is outbeating inflation. So when you talk to a lot of people, they're like, oh, I just want to keep my money in my savings account. You already mentioned how much does our savings give us? How much interest do you get on the savings? 0.003%. And now even the high yield will give you some, right? 3%, 4% max, but you are not even getting what you can get from the market. So put it at a place where you are averagely going to get about 8%, 9%, 10%. Do you know how much that is going to work for you? And money saving is about time. The younger you are giving yourself time for the money to compound. The
Yes.
younger you are and you start saving, you are giving yourself time. So at that point, you don't have to put too much away. But if you wait and it is almost time for you to retire and now you're looking for money, so you're coming to start savings, it's going to cost you more. So the end goal is for us to start early, to start with our younger
Early.
generation, right? It doesn't have to be, people think they have to start with thousands. I always say start small and be consistent.
Mhm.
Start with what you know you can keep up with. But it's about being consistent. The longer you are able to just let that money sit and compound effect takes over, that money in 10 years, in 20 years, in 30 years is going to get to something that you would never imagine if like you would have been able to ever do. So that is one of the key things I like to share with us. And let's consider taxes. This index universal life account is a tax-free bucket, tax-free account. So a lot of people will say, oh, but I have the Roth and stuff like that. But those are still off market risk. So now we have a tool where we can be protected from the market loss, but yet we are able to get market appreciation on our money. How cool is that? We are able to build wealth at a place where we don't run a risk of losses. So the money is going to build up so fast for you by the time you look. So that is why I set up this account for my kids when they are 2 weeks old. As soon as I give birth and their social security comes in, I set it up for them. Guess what? I've locked them up for a bright future. Because going to school, pharmacy school, I ended up with student loans of 400,000, right? But imagine if our parents knew all of this stuff and they had
Mhm.
started putting away something little when we were younger. You
So
would,
is that like an educational benefit?
yes.
Yes.
Okay, tell us a
So
little bit about that.
yes. So basically, you are putting the money away. And I always tell people that think about 529 has a little bit of restriction. So you talk to a lot of people in our community and they're like, oh, but I do 529, but I do 529. But I'm like, but 529 is still tied to the market. 529 has a lot of educational restrictions, right? It
Mhm.
has to be used for education. What if your kid gets to college and then they go, Mommy, I don't think this is where I want to go, but I want to start a business. Or Mommy, I need, you want it to go past just college, right? You want it to go past just college because when it goes past college, that account will keep accumulating. So I always say it's a jump starter. It's a jump starter for the kids, right? They can use it while they're in college. So imagine you started saving for them. They are getting the interest. They are getting all the money accumulating. And guess what? They get to college. They take some for college. That account is still compounding for them. It's still compounding for their life. Because I always tell people that the real life situation starts after college. The
Mhm.
wealthy folks said that the professionals and the middle class, we think college, but they think generational wealth. Because after college, real life starts. They are coming into the real world, graduated, and now they need to buy their first homes. They need to tackle getting married. They need to start up their businesses. Life is really about to start after college. So I set up this account so that it can keep going for them past college. And if they don't know that there is an account like this for them, by their retirement age, they should be millionaires if I kept on with that account. So that is our goal, to start early so that the children will have something ahead of them. So it has that educational benefit to it. And same thing for us, right? We,
Okay. We'll come back to that. Let's answer the question, because, of course, we're
oh,
talking
yes,
about this account. It sounds good.
it
It
sounds
sounds
good,
good, but there's
right?
always like red tapes.
Yes,
There's
yes,
always
yes, yes,
disclosures and all this
yes.
unspoken. So, yes, can we talk
So,
about?
yes, thank you for the question. I think Mr. Carpenter said, can we talk about the fees involved in owning an IUL? Which is yes. When you have this IUL, there is an insurance cost. That is the fee that is attached to it. And I was going to get there with the account being a two-in-one account, right? So they giving you life insurance protection plus this benefit for you to be able to accumulate money. So they do charge insurance cost. That is the fees attached with that account. But guess what? That insurance cost, did you know that your 401ks and every market bucket that you are using also has cost? They
Yes.
all have management costs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So
they
anywhere
do.
that you,
Is
yeah.
is it is it kind of is it like those type of accounts where maybe they're charging like 1% management fee, 2%? Like what is the fee schedule like?
So the fee schedule is really tailored per individual, right? Because an older person who is already in their 70s, who has a lot of risk, because it has to do with insurance, the fees are based off on how you, the person, your profile looks like. So if I am a baby, for a baby who is very healthy, young, right? Low risk, right? That fees won't be as an older person who is in their 50s, who already has like all the health conditions, whatever check going on with them. You get
Okay,
it?
so for
So,
example,
mhm,
somebody in their 40s,
mhm.
what would it look like?
The fees,
Let's put
they
some
don't
numbers
put it,
to it.
yes. So basically, they don't put a percentage on it.
Oh, it's
That's what
not a
I'm trying to
percentage.
say.
It's not a
It's
fixed
not a
percentage.
percentage. Yes.
Okay.
But basically, whenever you are going to set up the account, they will show you. So basically, it's like individually tailored. So if you set it up, because of all, not all 40-year-olds are the same, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I could be 40, but I'm healthy.
Hmm.
Somebody could be 40, but they have health conditions. So all of us, our profiles are never going to be the same. So when it comes to the fees, it's very specific for you to run it for yourself and say, hey, I'm interested in setting up my account. Can you show me the fee that will be included for me? So the fees, I always try to make sure that we talk about it individually. Whenever the person is setting up the account, we will go through it and you can look at your fees. But one thing I can always say is that I have done this for over 500 families last year and all the years ahead. And I'll tell you that the fees does not compare to the benefit we have seen with the appreciation of the account.
Yes.
Put it on the line, right? People do 401ks. 401k, you are running a market risk. You are still being charged the fees, 2% fee, whether you made money that year, whether you lost money, you're still being charged for it. At the same time, you have no security of protection with it. Now, the IUL, it makes sense to me that I'm going to get this accumulation, but they are giving me some sort of insurance protection. So if I'm being charged the fee, it makes sense to me, right? Because if my insurance is 1 million, I have 1 million protection on my life. And I always tell people, sometimes we just think money, 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 money that is coming to us immediately.
Mm-hmm.
But this is why we're talking about preparing for emergencies, right? And unplanned expenses. What if tomorrow you woke up and you had a stroke? That 1 million becomes available for you to use. In your 401k, if you woke up with a stroke, what is available for you to use? Your lifetime savings. So this is a shield for you, for to protect your lifetime savings, for you not to deplete the money that you have worked hard for. They
Mhm.
are giving you an insurance attached to your savings. Do we see the picture here? So it can never be comparable for me, because for this, you have some sort of protection set aside that is saying if something happens to you, this money is going to be available for us to help you. You don't have to die. Our community thinks, oh, insurance, you have to pass away for it to be given to your family.
Mhm.
That does not exist anymore. Okay. So the whole goal is for you to have something over there where that if something happens to you, the insurance is going to kick in, and they have something called income replacement, where you'll be getting some sort of income, right? A percentage coming in. And that is what is going to support you with your emergencies. That is what is going to support you to keep up with life. Because when something happens, bills are still going to come, right? If you are sick
Yeah.
and you are in bed, and let's just say you have a stroke, you have cancer, you have kidney failure, there are illnesses that happen that is not, and that is why I left the healthcare to really educate our community, because we keep seeing this GoFundMe's being sent around every day. We keep seeing donations and stuff like that. But I'm like, when will we learn to have something for ourselves and our family? Imagine two families, the spouses working, how the income goes in a family, and when one is down, how would the life of the family keep being the same? So our whole goal is to really bring this education into our community. I'm not saying don't do all the other portfolios, right? Our goal is the diversification. Make sure that you are diversifying, but then make sure that you have the protection in place. Make sure that you have the protection in place first, because this one is helping you so that you don't deplete all your lifetime savings when a
Yes.
situation interrupts your life. And that is why it's the key source of us preparing for emergencies, right?
Okay,
So
so what? Let's say for somebody who is working a middle income type of job, right?
mhm, mhm.
What would your, pretty healthy, what would your suggestion be when we're talking about budgeting? What would your suggestion be for how much or the percentage of their I'm trying to
I
see if I
think
want to do weekly or monthly. What would be a percentage that you think they should dedicate to this type of an account?
I have spoken to, so it all depends on people's, everybody kind of has, I think those are one-on-one consultations, right? When people have their own goals. So, like, my personal goal would be I know where I want to be for retirement, right? The numbers that I'm expecting to
Hmm.
see at my retirement age. So, my percentage might be different from when I speak to somebody else. They have different priorities. Maybe I'm doing a project in Ghana. My goal is not that I'm going to be here and this and that. So, I am okay with this. So, after talking to you individually, we see where you're trying to go. What I love is that we are able to illustrate, to show you how your cash accumulation is going to look like,
Okay.
right, for the future.
Okay.
So that I would definitely say just schedule like a one-on-one, and I promise you on that one-on-one you get
I
your
understand that.
time's worth, because I can show you more tailored specifically to you, right? And what are your goals? What do you want to be at? How much are you trying to have when you get there? And at that point, we're going to say, okay, so you need at least this to be able to make it here.
Okay. And can we also, as disclosure, because I can see where in people's mind they're thinking, oh, I can put money here, and then maybe when I retire in Ghana, I can start getting money from it, and but again, this ultimately is a life insurance
Hmm.
with some living benefits,
Yes.
Yes.
but it is a life insurance.
Hmm.
So I want us to be clear, so we're communicating that, so people are not thinking, oh, I can go take my savings out and come and put it in this, and 5 years later I'll be able to take it to go build that house that I want to build.
Okay. So there are two things that I should really put out there that you can actually use this account for. First of all, it's a life insurance account. It's a two-in-one, right? It's going to give you the chance to build cash accumulation. And then you have the life insurance on the side. I told you that the life insurance side is where if something happens to you, that is a critical kind of condition, right, kicks in to be able to support you. Now, if you are somebody who is trying to also make it, I personally use it for my long-term savings because that account can be used as a tax-free retirement bucket too, because of the cash accumulation. So if you are able to start putting money in early and let it compound and grow, at your retirement, you can set it up so that you're going to be able to make withdrawals tax-free. That is something you can use the account for. And you are also able to borrow against it, right? So if you are able to fund the account well, you can use it for that. So that is the disclosure I need to put there. If you want to be able to tap into it, then you want to make sure that you are funding the cash value aspect of it. You are able to use your cash value, but not the insurance side of it, right? So if you put more money over here, now we are all getting, let's say, 10%. So if you are putting $200 and I am putting $1,000, right? And the market came and we're all getting 10%. You're getting 10% of what you put away. I am getting 10% of what I put away. So that is, everybody can get it according to their budget. And I love it that it's not an all-in-one type of, oh, you need to put a minimum of this away. It's really tailored to everybody individually. I can tell you that I have people that put from $100 a month all the way to almost $3,000 a month away in a month. So everybody has their own goals, what they're trying to achieve, where they're trying to be at retirement. And the more they're able to resource this account, you will be able to use it for that tax-free retirement benefit.
Okay, so that's good. It can serve as a retirement fund as well as educational fund, and
Yes.
also a life insurance.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay,
Very,
so
very important.
um, you did say that, of course, it's going to be, since it's a life insurance, it's going to be cheaper for those who are healthy
Younger,
or
healthy.
younger,
Yes.
younger and healthy. But
Mhm.
it's not necessarily too late for people who are older.
Let me
Just,
tell
it's,
you.
it's individual based. So
Hmm.
what we're doing is giving the information out, but we will provide your information. So if somebody needs to talk to you, then they can. The thing is, just take a moment and reach out to our sisters and just let them give you your tailored
Hmm.
um, plan.
That's it.
Like they said, let them know what your goals are, and they can. You're not obligated to do anything. Information is free,
Yes.
right? And a
Thank
lot of
you.
the times we don't want to ask the questions. We don't want to even approach people who have information, because we feel like we will be tied in. Nobody is gonna you know tie you in and make you sign anywhere,
Anything, no
you know
obligation.
but just reach out and get the information. It might be the thing that you've been looking for. They can give you all the fees associated and all the you know fine prints and everything, and if it's not for you, then it's not for you.
That's
you
it.
know but again, it's not the only type of investments out there.
Mhm.
That's why it's good to go to your bank, speak to financial representatives. There are independent financial advisors. Reach out today online. When in
My
doubt, just
dad
ask
never looked back at
ChatGPT.
his old jeans
You
after I
know,
lifted him
ask
beans.
ChatGPT. It will help you to, make decisions on what else is out there that you can
Mm-hmm.
do. But information is like everywhere, it's in
Everywhere.
abundance.
Mm-hmm.
Let's not continue to do the old things that we do and expect new results. That's
Yes.
Yes.
insanity,
Mm-hmm.
right? So I'm glad that we're getting the opportunity to talk about this and just educate on everything that's out there. Lady, you want to say something? You're mute.
I can unmute myself. Yes. I was going to add to what you just mentioned that people would, if it's good to have clarity because then people will end up saying, oh, let me put my money here. And then maybe in 10 years, in 5 years, I've actually heard that, you
Mm-hmm.
know, and sometimes that is what people get out of these things. So I think that clarity is very important. I mean, letting people know the nitty gritty of what they're really getting themselves into, that this is perhaps maybe for a lifetime, not a temporal thing. Um, Let me ask this. I know that it depends on the age. I've heard people say the younger the kids are, the better. I've heard people say that. But then I don't know how better that is because we've spoken to several people that do this financial thing. And um, I mean, how many of us, looking at our own people, our community, how many of us are even able to afford? And this is not to downplay anybody, it's the reality. How many
Yes.
of us are really able to afford $1,000 or $500 every month just to go into their children's, like a form of saving, in this case, IUL, for their families? So I always ask myself the question, so then what happened to those that cannot afford it? That means that we continue to be in the spot that we are. Am I making any sense?
Mm-hmm.
You are, but that is not the
I don't
minimum
think that's a fixed
requirement.
price.
No, no, no. I'm
Yeah.
just saying. No, no. I'm just throwing numbers out there. No, no, no. I'm not.
Oh, no, no. Oh, yeah, yeah. No.
I'm just
Honestly,
throwing numbers out there because I know that there's a lady that reached out and I believe she spoke to someone and they said the three kids would be like $300. And this has nothing to do with what you guys are explaining. I'm just
okay,
throwing out my
okay.
comment.
Yes,
Or,
yes.
yes, yes. And so sometimes I ask myself, is it that we are really not budgeting right? From what Nanaya said, that we have to really learn to budget, live within our means.
Mm-hmm.
Because sometimes you find people that say, I can afford it. But then these same people can afford, I mean, when somebody dies, they're
Mm-hmm.
buying the cloth, the
Yep.
hair ties,
Yep.
brand names,
Yep.
and all of that. We are not saying
Yes.
there's anything wrong with it. So I,
Mm-hmm.
I was getting somewhere with what I was saying. Not
Mm-hmm.
many of us can afford that. Yes, I get that. But then could it be that if we really do away with some of these, excessive buying, hey, there are people
Yes.
that
Yes.
actually you can walk into their closet and the clothes and the shoes are literally, yeah, they can come at you.
Stop
So
talking about me.
okay,
Okay.
you know,
All right, then I
so
need to have a one-on-one with you then.
yeah, but sometimes we feel like,
It's true.
and not even just the investment, even like savings for our kids. We can
Mm-hmm.
afford it, but
Yep.
granted, every month we can
Yes.
afford all these Brazilian, uh, you know,
That's
what
sad.
I heard someone said they bought a weave for almost $2,000. I was shocked.
Yeah.
That's normal. Like
No,
literally, I've
no,
seen people
uh-huh,
that literally like, and I'm not throwing shade to
right,
anybody. If
no,
you
no,
live in an
exactly,
apartment,
exactly.
please continue
But
to live in
sis,
an
but
apartment. You're
sis,
fine.
this is the
You
hard truth.
Yeah, it's the
This
reality.
is the hard
Where we
yes.
need
truth.
to shift
This
mindset,
is not the
right?
Yes, I just
time.
don't want people
This
to
is
come at me and say, "What's wrong with people living in an apartment?"
No, there's
I'm just
nothing wrong
saying,
with it.
no,
if
no,
you're
no, no,
living
no.
in an
Oh no.
apartment,
It
right,
doesn't matter where
and
you
you're
live.
wearing designers,
Mm-hmm.
every designer out there you have,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
right? You have all these fancy cars and all this,
Exactly, yeah.
But
Mm-hmm.
again, you're paying rent and giving the money to somebody else.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what you want, but it's
Mm-hmm.
not a good financial um investment,
Investment,
Nah,
right?
yes.
yeah,
It's not a
yes.
good financial investment. That's what I'm
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to
Mm-hmm.
say.
And
Yes.
that is
Like think
what
about what you're using your money for
For
Mm-hmm.
and
yeah,
what the future looks like.
Yeah.
Thank you.
When that paycheck, when I say if I knew back then, listen, when I
Yeah.
graduated college, my first job was in a bank.
Mm-hmm.
I worked there for like probably 6 years, right? And I was a licensed banker. So I sold investments, I did life and health, and I knew nothing about really managing my own finances.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I was
Yes.
just taught to sell this product and I sold
That's
it,
it. Mm-hmm.
That's it.
right? And that was
Mhm.
it.
Mm-hmm.
So as I educate myself more about
Mm-hmm.
finance, I'm like,
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
what were
And
you
it's true.
doing?
It's so true.
It's like,
And
what were you doing? Like,
Mm-hmm.
literally, didn't have rent. I was living with my parents.
Mm-hmm.
Like I didn't really have any substantial amount of bills. But ask me where that
mhm.
money went to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You know.
And
No. It's and
Because
to
I
your
was not
point.
educated. We go to school,
yes.
like
Yes.
we get to
That's one thing that.
we
Yep.
teach us everything.
I
We're
still have to
Love
educated
go
it.
to
about
school for 8
everything,
years and
Yeah.
still
but
didn't know
how
this.
to really manage your money in
Money. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
life.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No,
Yeah.
no, yeah. To your point, one of the recently I began to sit and I was thinking about, okay, so some of us, of course, Eunice is turning 20. So I look at her age, right? And I'm like, wow. So all these years that I worked then as a single mother and I filed my taxes, those money that money made could have
Mm-hmm.
been invested
Invested.
wisely if I had the
Yes.
education. So
Yes.
I was going to say that we make excuses saying 500 I can afford it, 300
It's
I
not
can afford it,
enough. It's not
but
enough. I
we
can't
can
afford it. I
we
have too
buy
many
all
bills.
these things and do all these things, and there are people that, hey, I'm not saying don't have fun, but Nana, I think
But it's the hard truth. It's the hard
It's
truth,
the
and it's
hard
about
truth.
I feel
time.
like cutting
It is
out
It's
some
the
about
hard
time
people.
that we
truth.
shift that our culture,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
People
Mm-hmm.
are living the way they're supposed to be living. We're doing all this stuff to look cool outside for people to put us on the pedestal. And
Mm-hmm.
then a situation happens and you really get to find out the
yeah,
person really didn't have a good
yeah.
foundation.
It's
Mm-hmm.
sad.
Mm-hmm.
So we need to make sure that's why our goal is really to bring this education out there, right?
Awareness.
Because when and to what we were saying, if you start early, it really pays off.
Mm-hmm.
You will notice that you don't have to come out with the big amounts, right?
Yeah.
But time, because
That's
of
not.
compound effect, with time,
It adds up.
you even yes, put $100, put $200, put 8% average on it. Give it that 40 years, that 50 years, and just see how much you're gonna have, right? So it's the mindset, the disciplinary action for us to just have that mentality to start it off, to
Mm-hmm.
start. Because every time I talk to people, well, I would like to pay off all my other bills first before I start something for myself. And I'm saying you want to go pay off your other bills, right? But where you're putting your money is not outgrowing inflation. So when are you ever going to make that extra money to go pay
Never.
off those bills?
Never. Like
Never.
what
and
Because
bill are
and
you
it's
trying
a
to pay off
cycle.
though?
and you
It's
you
a
have
cycle,
Dr.
right?
Marion, you also you have to be aggressive with money, and you have to be aggressive with it because it's not just going to be sitting there looking at you. It's like water. It's just coming and zoom. So you have to be able to say, "Hey, this paycheck, or this month, I am going to do this for my $100 to get into this investment." You
Let your
have to
money
be
work for
aggressive.
you.
You have to be
Let you
aggressive.
have to let money work for you.
You have to be aggressive. You have to be aggressive. You can't just every day, it's not, I don't have it every time. No. If you truly sit down and you sit down and you look at things, like I said from the beginning, that when you look at things, you will have it. Or you have to cut something out in
Yeah,
order for you to get that $100 to do, or to be able to start. If you're always going out, lunch, happy hour, blah, 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 believe me, cut that happy hour. Give yourself a month or two and
Mhm.
tell me if you will not be able to save $100
The
to start the
difference.
investment. There
And
will be a huge difference.
this is something that really caught my attention, right? As parents, like, because I'm a parent, and I keep saying that if you ask everybody that has a child, they'll be like, oh, we are working for our kids. If I ask you who don't love their kids, who would say no? Everybody would say they love their kids, right? But then the real question is, as a parent, what do you really have in place to
For your
protect those
kids.
kids?
Hmm.
We really haven't thought of all of that. But with our mouth, we're just saying, oh, I love my children. Oh, I
Yeah.
love my kids. But we haven't thought of the situation we would put our kids in if something is supposed to, an emergency interrupted our lives.
Mhm.
And for me, coming from a healthcare point of view, I was like, I have to step into this dimension for our community because that is where the difference lays. We've put protection on our cars, we've put
Mm.
protection on our homes,
Everything.
even our phones,
Yes. Mhm.
but the body that sits in the car, the body that lives inside that home has no protection. So, how is that supposed to work out? If the body didn't survive, even if the insurance replaced your car, who would be driving it?
Mm.
Right? So we need to make sure that it's the foundation that matters. Knowing that there is something that is going to protect my income, something that is going to protect all my hard earned
Excuse me.
years,
Bless
right?
you.
From the market laws and from it ever being devalued. The cash accumulation here is phenomenal. So for me, I think the education is what is missing out. And there
Yeah.
are books. I think when you talk to people too, is the fact that we don't know, right, where to find information. I'll put a couple of books out here. There's a book called Money, Wealth, Life Insurance. It's a quick read, and I think our community can just jump on it and read it and just listen to how the wealthy, even the banks, put their money into this account.
If you don't know how to read, buy the audio version.
Buy the audio and listen, please. Money, Wealth, Life Insurance. It will tell you that this account is considered the tier one capital for the banks, which means it's the safest place that the banks can actually put their money. So if you are putting your money in the banks and the banks are
Yeah,
putting your money
nice.
here, what are you doing when you
What are
have
Yeah.
the
you
chance
doing?
to come and put your money directly into it?
And listen, one thing that I want people to also understand, that you think that, oh, I'm putting my money in the bank, it's safe because
It's
it's
safe.
FDIC
Mhm.
insured, and
Yeah.
if something
Yeah.
happens to the bank, I can get my money back and da 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 here and there, right? When the bank have your money, do you know what they're doing with it?
They are
Mhm.
also putting it here for you.
They are investing
They
it.
are
They are
investing it
investing your
and
money.
keeping the
Yeah.
interest.
They are
That's
investing your
exactly,
money.
that's the
That's
reason why
that's
some banks will
all
be like,
that is
oh, bring us this much and we will give you this much in in incentives. If you open an account with 25,000, we will give you like 2,500 in
Dollars
incentives.
for
Where do
free.
you think that they're getting that $2,500 from? It's
Investments.
your own money.
it's your money.
It's your own money that they're using to invest and then giving you part of the investment, right? And you said
Yes.
something about parents tend to say that, oh, we're working for our kids, we're working for our kids. How many parents, just to yourself, what do you have for your kids? You've been working all these years for your kids. What do you really have for your kids?
Hmm.
Right? When your kids come to you, mommy, give me something, daddy, give me, oh, I don't have any money, I don't have any money. But then you're always working for your kids, but then you have no money. It's crazy,
Hard
right?
truth, hard truth.
It's
Uh,
crazy. But I think,
let's go easy
to
on
bring it
mummies.
home,
Let's go easy on mummies.
that's right. Mommy and daddy too. So to bring it home, right?
Hmm.
Just have the understand. Take your time. Sit down. Write out all your bills, every
Yes.
single thing that you're paying for,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And then how much is coming in. This is
Hmm.
the part of budgeting. Okay. How much is coming in? Which one, how does it level up? Do you have more coming in than going out, or do you have more going out than
Then
coming in?
coming
If you
in.
have more going out than coming in, then that means that savings, you're tapping into it every single month. You're tapping into that savings. The savings is already not working for you. You're tapping into it,
And
So
why do you think
eventually,
people keep tapping, sis? Right?
it's going
The
to be.
leaks. Let's think of the leaks,
Mhm.
right? There are so many leakages that people don't
Yeah.
pay attention to,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
right? That is the lifestyle inflation is a leak, right?
exactly.
Other subscriptions that people have tapped into. There are so many subscriptions you're probably doing that you are not
I was
putting
gonna say
attention.
that. I was gonna say, while you're listing the stuff that you're paying for. Look at those things that you're really paying for, but you're not even using. Like last time,
Yes.
we're talking about how so many of us have Netflix subscriptions,
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
how many times are you even home to watch that Netflix?
Mhm. Mhm.
Because you're doing double. You don't
Mhm.
even have time to watch that Netflix. Like
Mhm.
people that build mansions and can't even enjoy it because they're too
Enjoy
busy
it.
working to pay for that mansion. You know,
Yeah.
just like evaluate your life in
Mhm.
general
Yeah. Yeah.
and
Yeah.
all the excess. Like I said, this year, my goal is no excess.
Yeah.
And besides my mortgage, if it's going to cost me interest, I don't want it.
Mhm.
If I can't pay for it, I can afford it.
Mhm.
I don't want
You
yes.
know, I can
Mhm.
afford it. And there's so many, and just review some things that you can cut
Mhm.
and then see that you can save a little bit. That
Save
little
a
bit that
little
you
bit.
can save,
Save a little bit.
put it
Yeah.
somewhere for that little bit to work for you.
You have to start small.
You
You
have to
have to
start
start
small.
small.
Nobody's expecting like a big change.
You
You
have to
have to
start
start
small.
small, but it's the small steps that's
That
going to
matters.
make up, the
Yeah.
big change in our lives.
And when people talk about, oh, I'm not going to die anytime soon, and I'm not, listen, age, our body, think of it like a car, right? Age
Mhm.
just comes with all these weaknesses and all of that stuff. So we're not saying like something is bound to happen with aging. Even if you are expecting to live to a 90-year-old or to be 100, just know that your body physically is not going to be the same. So this is why we're telling people, if you don't put this in place early, right, there's going to be a time that if you wait for a situation to happen, I can't tell you how many people didn't qualify for this account last year
Hmm.
because you wait and the situation happens and now you are running here for it. They won't even approve you for it.
Can you
So
tell
just
us
so
some
we
of
know.
those situations?
Oh yeah, I mean, I've had diabetics whose A1Cs are really high because our community, they'll go and tell you, I don't want to take my medication. I'm drinking a BB. I am. But guess what? You will check their A1C and it's way up there. Some of these companies will reject you because of that income replacement, right? Because they're thinking if a situation happens, they need to also now supplement you with the income. So you wait for a bad condition to happen. And I've had people who had cancer before, I've had people who had a stroke before. Like if you have had severe conditions, luckily I'm a broker and I work with so many of these companies. So for some people, I have to try one, two, three companies before I get them approved. But all I'm saying is it becomes harder for you to be approved. But the majority of them also, they even don't get approved at all. Right.
Mhm.
So the whole point is for you to do it while you are healthy. Do it
Yes.
before a situation happens. And at that point, it is cheaper because if you are not healthier and they are still going to give you the account, let me tell you, if a healthy 40-year-old is going to pay 200 and you are the person who had a stroke before and you are also 40, you are going to pay more
More.
because now you have your health risk is higher. So that is why I always tell people to do it while you are healthy, do it while you are younger, so that the kids are younger. You've already locked them in, right? And once you've qualified it for it, nobody's going to come to you and say, hey, this situation has happened to you, so now you don't qualify for this. So that is
So,
why I'm.
question.
Mhm,
So, let's say if I'm doing it for my kid, right?
mhm,
And I can't afford it anymore.
mhm.
What happens?
So they have, it depends on how long you have done it for. So you don't have to pay for a lifetime. You get some people who are able to put enough money up in the front and is able to keep the account going for the kids. But if you are somebody who are doing it very minimally, then it depends on how long you have also put it in. They have a certain number of years that you actually need to contribute to be able to get the whole lump sum. So that one on one, if you give me your scenario, like, hey, okay, I'm thinking to contribute this amount for my kids for this number of years, we can actually set it to that number of years
Mhm.
and still do the account for you.
Mhm.
So it's not
Okay.
something you have to contribute for life.
And is there a situation where, like in the same scenario, let's say I
Mhm.
can't continue to contribute anymore, or like
Mhm.
my kid is in a situation where they're working and they want to contribute, kind of like continue from where I left off.
Uh-huh.
Is
Mhm.
that
Oh
also
yeah,
something that they
because
can
for the
do?
parents, you basically are the owner because the kid is little, right? But when they turn at the age that you want to change it to them being the owners, now they can take over and now that's what I have done for my kids. I've started it for them. When they get to that age, right, then they can go ahead. Somebody made me laugh. I was usually now I don't want to go into healthcare. Maybe next time I'll be here for healthcare. But today I'm here for finance, right? So the whole goal is that we are starting it off for the kids so that they can take over, right? Because imagine if your kid gets there and you are able to give them this amount of money, they graduate and you go, hey, here's your graduation gift. I had an account for you that has this amount of money for you. How will your kids appreciate you? Right? We in our community, the kids will graduate and we throw them the big parties. That don't matter. It's good to celebrate, but we need to have something that is worth more, right? For you
Mhm.
to say, here is a big gift that I had done for you when you were young, and now that you are here, take over, right? How would the kid appreciate it? Wouldn't they appreciate it? Right? So that's my whole goal to do this to change and build generational wealth for the
Yeah.
kids.
Okay. All right, lady.
You're
Oh, lady,
muted.
you're muted.
Sorry, I think the information is pretty clear. It would be good though if everybody is able to really jump on this opportunity. But then even with that being said, I know that there are people that truly cannot afford it.
Yeah.
And Nanaya, one thing I'm actually starting next month, I'm taking it upon myself to literally go to one church after the other. Because working for the current job now, I found out that there's so many resources that are available. And I'm not talking about going into
Yes.
IT or going
Yeah.
to income
Benefit.
based. Nana,
Mm-hmm.
there are certain short courses that people can literally take
Mhm.
so that you not everyone have to work at the factory. I'm not saying there's anything wrong in working at the factory, but there's a saying that we want to be able to work smarter and not harder. And a
Mhm.
lot of us, Nana, are able to really go through some of these courses and pass them. And I
Mhm.
know a community that, are taking advantage of every resources that there are. But I don't think our people are. So I've some of the courses that I've come across, and Anna, yes, I literally just yesterday I got my certificate for behavioral health and mental health addiction for the state of Ohio. It was free,
Congratulations.
free.
Congrats.
Congratulations. Yeah.
Yes, I went to a conference and I saw the table there and I just went to talk to them. And she said, yes, it's free. And then as some of these people, the companies or organizations are being partnered with the universities. And so now I'm like, no, these are things that some of our aunties can do. If
Mhm.
you are able to maximize these opportunities,
Mhm.
at that point, working two jobs is not going to be a problem because you have the flexibility where there could be work-life balance, and then you can have that extra funds to really put it into your children's whatever it is, life savings, IUL, and all that. So now that is one thing I'm thinking about starting next month. We need to
So
teach people. Listen, we don't all have to work in the factories. You don't have to always go to work. And parents go to work and they come back tired, exhausted. Nana, it
Mhm.
doesn't have to be that way. So I
Mhm.
think that as much as we may not have the funding, there are ways we are not doing things right. We are in the system, so we have to take advantage of it. So that's just a little I
thank
want
you
to
for
share.
bringing that up, lady. Let me add that on, right? And I wasn't going to go there, but I think it's good to share it in our community. And if you are somebody who is here, let me be honest with you. Being a pharmacy manager, right? I was literally not being able to see my kids. I had a stay home nanny that I
Yeah,
was paying to just take care of my kids. I was
true.
gone 12-hour shifts all the time. But remember how much I told you it cost me to go to pharmacy school?
Yeah,
This license that I'm working with right now, the licensed financial
yeah,
professional license, it doesn't even cost $300.
No, it does. Mm-mm.
Okay.
Yeah.
And if I tell you that my first year that I did it full time, I made more than how much I made as a pharmacy manager for over 10 years.
Yeah.
This is something that our community is not in the know about. I was like, how did the license that took me less than 1 week to get earn me more than what
Yep.
I went to school 8 years?
Over 8 years of schooling.
I'm telling you, yeah.
Because we
And I
want
did
the
long.
degrees, we want
If
the
I told you that
accolades.
last year I traveled more than 20 times. I did this flexibly from my own convenience in my office, working with my kids. I no longer pay a nanny. I stay home with my kids
Mhm.
and I still help our community.
Yes.
And this
You're
license
making
is
an impact.
saving
Yeah.
me so much. So I always tell people, this is the license for you to look at. If you are looking for an extra income, I'm telling you, when I was working in the pharmacy, I started off using this license as a part-time. And it got to a point where I was like, oh my God, this license is worth it. And I shifted full-time. And that was when I quit pharmacy.
I might need to talk to you.
Oh no, you need to talk to
I
Sylvia.
am all
please.
ears. Call me right after. So I am telling
You
you
need to
that
talk to
this
Sylvia.
license is a game changer. And I
It
know
is.
all our community, everybody's like IT nurse,
Mm-hmm.
pharmacy. These small licenses that is not common in
Yeah.
our community,
Yeah.
other people are using it to shift their world.
Mhm.
So give me a call if you are looking right now. And what I like about it is that you have ownership. You are building a business for your own self. Nobody can fire me. So if you are
Can you put
interested,
the number, lady? You want to put the number up?
please do my number out. If
Put
you are
both numbers
interested
up.
in me showing you, I will walk you through, I will mentor you. I have a whole team of over 40 licensed agents in the whole US.
Mhm.
And we work with everybody in the US and Canada. So if you are looking for that extra opportunity
You get
to
the number.
supplement your income, to help you move from one level to the next level, listen, there's so much work for us to. As you can see, our community is just not in the know. So I feel like I can't do it alone, right? If you also get this license, you might reach another part of the community that I can't reach. And that is why I'm always telling people, join me, get this license, and let's move in our community. Because we alone cannot make the impact. Impact is about spreading, right? And building a network, because your network will become your network. So my whole goal is for us to bring people who are ready, resilient to change the mindset of our culture and all the people that are in our community to get on board with what the wealthy are actually doing to make sure that they keep wealth in their generations. And it's about time that we do that. It is about time that we do that in our community. But if you are here, you are looking for job stability, you are looking for extra income, you didn't know about this certification, just please, my number will be up there. Reach out to me. I will help you walk through your requirements with the state, help you get the license, and mentor you to make sure that you do. So mine is 860.
Oh, so it's the other way around.
Mine is 860, the other way around.
Yeah, that's what I did. Yeah, it is. So I'm right. 860. Yeah.
No, you
No,
have
I think
680.
Oh, okay. 860.
right.
Okay, that's
So
fine.
make sure
Somebody.
that you reach out and we will be able to help. My whole goal this year is to build women who are entrepreneurs, women who are
860.
empowered, right, to move in our community. So if you are that person, make sure you call me right after and we are going to be able to work together. And I promise you, this will be a game changer. Next year, your life will not be the same because God just used this to transform my whole life. And I can't even talk about it enough, right? I stayed home as a pregnant mom and I was still making income because of this license and the flexibility that it comes with.
Nanaya, are you going to have another baby?
So Nanaya, if you are not done,
There's no more babies coming from this way. I have
Um,
contributed to society. I'm good.
no, but
Well,
I think we should really look into this. I'm
please,
telling you, Nana, when
please.
I
And trust me, you have me to hold accountable for. You
yeah,
have me to hold accountable. I am willing to really help our community to
yeah,
be in the know about this. So if you are that person, just feel free, give me a text, and we're gonna make sure that we help you out.
okay, I think I have it now.
You have it right now.
I think so. Hopefully. Okay.
Yeah.
Please, if you haven't followed up, follow our social media handles. Is Lady Mary Boadu on Facebook. The chat room TV actually is also up via YouTube, but we stream live on Gold Legacy Radio on YouTube. So please follow those pages. All other platforms, if you want to follow, is Lady Mary Boadu on everything. Lemonade, TikTok, and the
Mhm.
rest. You can find us. So please do well to follow so that whenever we come live,
Oh,
you can.
lady, my number is 2191.
Hey, today, dear. Nana, Nana, please push it up. 614-275-2191.
Yes.
It's in a text. It's in the private chat.
Oh, it is.
Yes.
The private chat. Let me see.
Mhm.
Okay.
But
But
mine, you got it right
oh, right
now.
here. Okay. So please
Yes.
do well to follow us, and then you can have access to all of the educational sessions that we have here. Over here, we are not insulting. We are educated, and
This
Yes.
is all about women empowerment, about
Mhm.
education,
Please,
changing our
please,
community.
please, please. So
On Instagram, you can find me at Mariam_wealth doc. You can follow me on Instagram, or on Facebook is Mariam and Inia J.
Nanaya, do you have anything else you want to say? Next month, we are looking at heart health. So please do well to join us and let's educate ourselves. Nanaya, do you have anything else? And then we'll come back to them for their final words, if you would.
I think like next week is our last session.
Mm-hmm.
We will just be wrapping up everything that we have talked about and heard since this month. If you have any questions, go ahead and DM Lady Mary, and we will address all the questions. If you have any feedback, anything at all, go ahead and drop it, and we will cover it next month. Um, that's about it. Just we're all trying to do better. When you know better, you
Mhm.
do better. So
Mhm.
Yes.
that's what this is all about. And I hope that it has been very educational and insightful, and we're all taking something away.
Yes.
My last words for everybody is a quote by C.S. Lewis, and he said, "You can't go back and change the beginning, but you can start where you are and change the ending."
Mhm.
So sometimes you might not be in the know about something, but thank God you are at the right time, right, for you to hear this at this particular time. The whole thing is action. Being actionable is the key. You can
Actionable.
change your ending as long as you're still alive. It's not over for you. So please let us act on the information that we have heard today. Thank you and God bless you.
Thank you. Thank you both. Thank you, Miss Sylvia. You have last words?
Yes. All I want to say is thank you all for joining us this evening. Look, take baby steps. Take baby steps. If you didn't hear anything on here this evening, write this down on the wall somewhere on a index card in front of your mirror somewhere, that I am going to take baby steps and change my financial situation and make it better, and not just me but my children and my family. You can add your parents on there. You can buy, investments for them as well, life insurance, all of that. Make baby steps. Look, give yourself 3 months and see where you are. Start saving something. Start doing something. If it's too big here for you to ask questions or you're not comfortable, please, my number is 571-275-2191. we can do a one-on-one consultation with you. And please come with questions. I feel like the Ghanaian communities, we don't want to ask, we hide things. We don't care about your credit, please. So come, please come. Be open-minded. Be open-minded. Come with questions. Come. Ask bold questions. Ask. Be free. Be free. Because that's the only way you can get answers to the things that you don't know.
Yes.
So come, we are here to help you, and it's going to make your life better. This 2026 is going to be a great year for you. You will be very, very glad that you are here today. So thank you for your time. Lady and Nanaya, thank you so much. Dr. Marian, my lead, thank you so much for always being there for me. So again, God bless you and have a great evening.
God bless you all. Thank you for having us.
All right. Thank you all for coming. We appreciate you all so much. We learned a lot. Thank you.
Pleasure.
Thank you all for tuning in.
Pleasure.
See you
Thank
next
you.
week.
Yes, ma'am.
Bye.
Bye now.
Yo, yo, yo. Now your matter with the talk. Your life, your wahala, your breakthrough, idea. Welcome to the chat room.
This no be ordinary place. Now a solution they show face. Lady Mary they lead the way. With guess we go blow your brain. Talk your matter make we solve them. No judgment, just love and wisdom. We they discuss, we they learn. Every episode you gon' feel the burn. Oh, the chat room. Now here we they find a way. Oh, the chat room.
Oh, yes.
We go talk and clear, no delay. Oh, it's interactive, educative, informative, and unapologetic. Oh, the chat room. We unstoppable, no